What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Collectors Mingle. We have an Avengers level panel here tonight, a beautiful, handsome Avengers epic level, talented panel. Guys, we got a lot of fun topics to talk about. Batman Begins. There's been some early photos, some kind of conflicting photos, so we really need to go over that and see what's going on. We also need to go over She-Hulk. Is it worthy of a pre-order? $300, and it looks pretty damn good. But is it good enough? That's the question. Do we take issue with the typhoon of releases? The storm, as some may call it. Should we expect premium materials from Hot Toys? That's another good question. Can we compare Hot Toys to statues? Because I know I'd be willing to bet there's some people in the chat tonight that collect both. And if you're out there, we're going to talk about that, hopefully, if we have time. That said, we got some other maybe J&D stuff. Jack Sparrow? Possibly. Not according to Justin, but we're going to try and explore it anyway. So let's do it. Let's roll the intro. Stay tuned. Here we go. So, Justin, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
Throw me under the bus, right?
I was like, first time back on the show, and I was like, here he goes, under the bus. So, you know, Jack Sparrow, there's some photos out there, which we're going to talk about, of a Jack Sparrow from J&D, but we'll talk about it. But, guys, nonetheless, thank you so much for joining. Look at this beautiful Avengers level panel. Guys, let's start by introducing this beautiful panel. And we got to start with Nick, because Nick, you did something special, and I could see that little Grogu as an elf behind you. And, you know, yeah. So, Justin, he did that when he came on the stream before we started. Like, he was like, yeah, hold on, let me get something set up. And the camera was off, and I was like, what are you, like, naked or something, Nick? And he was like, yeah, something like that. And he was actually messing with his fucking Grogu. So.
I actually love that. It's a great idea. I might do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I had to swap him out because I had a Santa suit at first.
Okay.
Yeah, I was debating. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Oh
Nick, well, first time on the channel, bro. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining.
I'm doing all right. I'm excited to be here. Excited to be with you, Lael, and Justin for the first time. So I'm excited. Yeah, and you got some great topics tonight too.
Thanks, Nick, this is your first time with Justin?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I know, bro. Well, Justin's like, he's like 75% there because his voice, you know, but he's
yeah.
I'll take 75. Yeah.
But Nick, I will say the mustache is coming in real nice, bro. Real
yeah,
proud
you know,
of you on that.
Carlos, if you're watching, you know, you got nothing to say now, you know.
No, he can't say shit because he's got patchy facial hair, bro. So he can't say shit about yours.
Yeah,
so you have anything. All right, well, thanks so much for joining, Nick. Justin, welcome back, man.
Well.
How you doing this evening with your voice? I know you ate some mac and cheese to warm the voice up. So
of course, yeah. I've done everything in my power to try and fix my voice. I had orange juice. I've had this awful tasting cough syrup. It's absolutely disgusting. I've taken cold and flu pills. So I've done everything that I possibly could. So hopefully y'all can hear me. But I'm a bit sick at the moment. I'm a lot better than I was, though. I'm sorry, Lael. When I was on your stream, I was pretty rough.
No, you're not.
I'm a little bit better.
He's not sorry, though.
No, he's not sorry. Though. He's not.
I try my best.
Well, happy to have you, Justin. And like I said, bro, always flexing the Moja cases on us. So, you know, it's...
I got to try.
I know, you got to do something. But they look pretty great. So I'm hoping to get mine at some point. So, yeah, man. Real excited about that. But definitely, man, happy to have you. And Lael, 1/6 scale, man. Yeah. Flexing your Infinity Gauntlet on us. Is that a Lego Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, it's Legos, bro.
Dude, that's dope, man. And, of course, the D-top. Lael, by the way, I did a collection tour reaction. Kiko might have more D-tops than you. So I'm not sure who the D-top king is. Okay. But it's one of y'all two. I know that.
Okay.
I know he doesn't seem bothered.
Yeah, Leo's like, nah, I ain't bothered. Leo, how many D-tops do you have, bro?
The whole room, 27.
27.
27.
That's a lot.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man. Well, how you doing this evening, Leo?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So glad to be here with everybody here. You know, we got young Nick, you know, with the Grogu for the ladies, and then
it's true.
We got your boy over here sounding like Barry White tonight. So, you know yeah, I'm glad to be here, bro. Ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm ready to see you cry. I want to see you cry, like literally.
Wow.
You got a very interesting message today, and I want to see you cry on camera. I want everybody to see you cry. I want that Native American tear cry. Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know if I can make myself cry. I'm too stoic, bro. I'm too stoic. You guys know me. I'm too tough. Leo, I'm glad you mentioned that though, because we have to share that. Yeah, because before we jump into the chat and everything, Beard God El Profesoro, who actually is not here tonight, he didn't even show up for his own sort of honorary video clip that he shared here. He went to Disney and I guess the Avengers campus, and he got Loki there to give me a personal shout out. So I want to share that with you guys. Hopefully you can hear it and the audio is okay.
Hello, Will. I hope that makes you happy.
He's a
I
large
know
fan.
so many people seek my approval, so there you go. I've acknowledged you. You exist to me for this moment. Can't guarantee I'll remember you in the next moment. There you go.
Thanks, Loki.
Dude, the fact that Mario went out of his way to do that was so nice of him, man. To get Loki to give me a special shout out, come on now. Really makes me want to go to Avengers Campus. Have you guys ever been there?
Can you
No, I
sing
wanna
yourself
go,
real quick?
I want to go.
Leo, there's no way I can cry, bro. There's no way I can cry.
Well,
I
you
know,
should have
just-
like put yourself off camera and put like a drop of
Just-
water or
I
something.
know, drop of water, man. That's what
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
Hold on. Oh, I got water. Hold on. I got water. How am I going to get it on my eye? Hold on.
Are you seriously gonna do that, bro? Are you seriously gonna do that, bro? Are you seriously gonna do that? There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Mario.
see-
Thank you so much, bro. It means so much to me, Mario. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Now how do I take
Yo.
myself off solo? There we go.
That's too funny. That's too funny. Wow.
Thanks, bro. Somebody's going to clip that probably. All right, man. That got me really emotional. So anyway, guys, let's end that one. Let's address the chat real quick because I've embarrassed myself enough for one evening. All right, so let's address the chat. We got a lot of comments to get through, so we're going to try to get through these as quickly as we can. Natalie Harris. Hey, people in Foxy Feet. Thanks so much, Natalie. And yes, Justin's back in the fold, so he knows all about the Foxy Feet. Let's see. Doug Collector. Primetime Reviews. Yo, what's up, everyone? Let's see here. Renz Talentino. We even got a super chat from Lane Kramer. I got to find it, though, because it just popped up. There we go. Lane, thanks so much. Justin, in January, are you going to take like a 3-day break after doing your like 18 Hot 200 views and unboxing here in December?
Well, Lane, first of all, thanks for super chatting, Will. Appreciate it on behalf of Will.
On behalf of Justin.
I don't know. I took 3 days off last month, and as soon as I did, YouTube was like, nah, bro. You don't get to take time off. So my everything just dropped way down. Ad revenue, views, watch time. 3 days. I took 3 days.
Just for 3 days.
Just for 3 days. So I've done 1 day. I've had 1 day without a video, which was yesterday. Because once you train the algorithm of what to expect from your channel, like the time frame of releases, that's what it expects. So if it doesn't see that, then it's like, oh, this guy, he doesn't care about making content anymore. So let's just not recommend. So I've kind of done it. I've done this to myself. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I literally cannot make videos until y'all can hear my voice properly. So tomorrow I'm hoping I'll be ready to go. Batman Forever, and all the other stuff that's coming out. I would love to take a 3-day break. Chinese New Year is happening early next year in January.
Yeah.
So maybe
There
I
you
can.
go.
Maybe I can.
Hey,
Thank you, Lane. Though. Thank
I
you.
have an idea.
Yes.
I have an idea. So this is what you do. You make your videos, you do your voiceovers, right? You show your hands and your whatever. I'll do your voiceover. You just show your hands.
Oh, there you
should do
go.
that, yeah.
Okay.
Leia will do the voiceover. That should be
That'd be
hilarious.
Leo will
so
do the
That'd
voice.
be hilarious. I'll
Okay.
do the voiceovers. I got you, bro. Told you I got you.
Ooh, that's classy. I like that.
There you go.
Okay.
I like that a lot too. I actually really like that idea.
I
think
asked
that would be
Steph.
actually-
I asked Steph if she'd be interested in doing it. She was like, "Yeah, no."
She's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
She was like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, if you need Layout, then for sure that would be dope.
I
Man.
got
That'd
you.
be
I
really
got
cool.
you.
Hey, there we
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lane, for the kind super chat, man. It means a lot, and I'm glad Justin was able to answer an algorithm question. So people, I'm sure, really want to know because YouTube, yeah, they will do that. Justin knows probably better than anyone. Like if you stop uploading, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna fuck your day up. That's what's gonna happen. That's pretty much what they do, man. So yeah. So if you upload a lot, that's how it goes, I guess. Guys, Max Geekdom in the house. Lewis Lebitz in the house. Funky Cold Santa. Simon, what's up? Great to see you all streaming together. Thanks so much, man. It's a happy day, man. So Blackbird Tech, FBJ. Hey, everyone. Ash Chase, what's cracking, everyone? Dinesh Theogaraja, whose name I always get right. Thank you so much, Dinesh. And yeah, thanks for being a channel member, bro. Same with AJ Agarusa. Hello, friends. Hope all is well. Joe Geista. Thanks so much, Joe. Nick is in the house, in the chat himself, and in the panel. Good for health. Hey, yo, Pablo Meza. Hello, everyone. Let's see here. Hugh, what's up, everybody? Hi, Will. Hi, Hugh. How you doing, man? K Carter, what's going on, folks? Hope all is well. Thule in the house, the legend himself. Funky Cold Santa, tons of releases. Yes, tons of releases. Mr. Mom Collectibles. Hey, everyone. Exciting panel. That we do have an exciting panel. Renz Talentino, let's go. Absolutely, Renz Talentino. Community Arcade. Hello, friends. Absolutely. Linda, the president of the Pennywise fan club, as she is known. Hello, everyone. Hello, Linda. Tyria, what's up, Tyria? Alvin J, channel member. Thanks so much, bro. DT Artman, Collectible Chats, Two Ferns. Xander said, oh my God, Justin. So we got, clearly starstruck, Xander. So yeah, that's kind of what's
He's
going
more
on.
like, oh my God, Justin, you sound terrible.
He's like, Justin, you need more mac and cheese, bro. Clearly. Steve Showcase, hello all. Let's see, Two Ferns, stellar panel. Thanks so much, bro. Luminara, hello community. Mike Fiala, Chasen, what's up, bro? My fellow statue brother, dude. Yeah, absolutely, man. Chris Sanders, what's up, everybody? OAF Skywalker, Dion Bandola, Ken Carpenter, Patton 23, Safo, get well, Justin. Yep, absolutely. He shall. UChamp 13, great panel today. Absolutely, man. Let's see. Luminar is in the house, I can see. Max Geekdom, Blackbird Tech, The Collector. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and we got one more super chat from Lane, of course. I'll do Morgan Freeman impersonation for Justin. Well,
I will. I definitely will. Watch.
Channel members only for that.
It'll be
one.
fun. Watch.
Channel members only for that one.
But I might even throw a few motherfuckers in there to get him on.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not gonna do that.
Morgan Freeman and Sam Jackson.
I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dion C, you know how we get you right, bro. Hey, Will actually got my name right. See, man, I'm usually pretty good with names. Sometimes I fuck them up, but this, I'm pretty good tonight. So, guys, let's jump into the first topic. Batman Begins, and I was actually going to share 2 sets of photos, but Justin was so kind to provide a conflicting set of photos that showed
Justin's
something
photo.
a little bit different. But I'm going to start with the ones that do not look as good because I like the controversy on Loki. So, that should be good. So let's start with the controversial ones. So this was shared by a collector on Facebook. This is the Batman Begins figure from Hot Toys that was just released recently. And it looks okay, right? It's not terrible, but it's not maybe as good as some were hoping for, at least in the photos. However, I will share another set of photos, like I mentioned, that Justin shared with me of a photo of a collector with the Batman figure in the box, where it looks a little more matte and less shiny and a little more exciting and good in quality. So, with that said, I actually want to start with Mr. Nick, new first time on the channel, Mr. Nick. What do you think about these Batman photos to start out? Do you think these look promising? Or are you a little bit concerned? Because I know you shared some as well, Nick. What are your early thoughts?
Yeah, so I came in thinking with the first photos in mind that it didn't look very good. But now Justin sharing those new ones, dude, it's really hard to tell now because it actually looks better in these new photos that he just shared. But the main thing I had a problem with was the glossiness. Like in all those photos, it looks super duper glossy, on level with that Batman Forever almost. So it looked a little cheap to me. I think still there are things about it that are still disappointing, like the cape. Me personally, I think the cape looks pretty bad. It looks really thick for what it is. I think the DX19 had a really nice thin cape, and I don't know why they didn't just use the same material as that one. And then you have the inaccuracies, like the gloves, like the gauntlets. At least in this picture, it looks like they're not as glossy as maybe they should be. They should be darker than the suit. And it's the same cowl they've been doing for a few years now. So I see why people are disappointed. But now it's a little bit more conflicting having these new photos. It looks a little bit better. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nick, do you think you're going to end up picking this one up?
Probably not. I have the DX19, and I actually prefer that suit over this one.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the minority a little bit on that one, Nick. We're going to ask the other panels, but because I really like the DX19 suit. I sold it just because I'm waiting to see what InArt does, and I want to see how that shakes out. And if it's not good, I'll just go back and buy the DX19 because it's a really good figure, right? But I like that. I like that Dark Knight Rises suit. I think that's pretty badass. Same with the Dark Knight suit, for that matter. Batman Begins a good suit. It's a good suit. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not my favorite. Not my favorite. But Leal, I know you're gonna get this still, but fill us in, bro. What are your thoughts on these early photos?
You know what? When I saw the earlier photos, I wasn't sweating it at all. And the reason why is because, again, it's the same repeated situation that we got with Loki, bro. We always get those angles that they're unsightly. And on top of that, we haven't seen any type of production photos on this piece yet at all. You know what I mean? So we'll always get somebody who actually does this. And again, I'm like, you know what? The only way for me to really, really tell is to have it in hands first. I know where I'm going for with this. And the thing is, I have the best of both worlds. I had the DX19. So I do basically have what I need from that particular figure. But this strictly was for the tumbler for me. You know what I mean? So, and I know what image I'm trying to capture. So I wasn't worried about it at all. You know, I saw some earlier photos even yesterday. Mafia had 2 photos that he brought up. And it looked pretty good, you know, even from that and even from those particular photos. I think, look, it depends on what a person's going for. And on top of that, I understand pretty much the gripes with the cape. But I had already had it in my mind that I was going to get a custom cape anyway. You know what I mean? So I know where to get it from. I'm just going to go that route. If I need to get a custom cowl, Justin, I know basically where I can actually get that from. So I'm not, you know, pretty much upset about it at all. I just can't wait till it comes. It'll be here next Friday. What is coming Friday. So I'll be able to judge it for myself. You know what I mean? That's basically where I'm at. And the reason why I like this suit so much is because it kind of reminds me of the 89 Batman suit when it dropped. You know, so it sort of like mimics that style, not the same, but sort of like that style. So I'm definitely not upset about it at all. Once it comes, you know, I know I'll be able to do what I need from it or get what I need from it. So I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not stressed about it at all, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, and you know, like I think we've all done this. We've kind of jumped to conclusions too quickly without seeing video, without seeing, you know, in-hand photos, things like that, more than just one person who has it, right? Because sometimes like it's just maybe the lighting in that person's house, or maybe they took the photos quick or whatever. It just doesn't look super ideal. But then when you look at it in a different situation or context, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I overreacted a little bit, right? And that can happen. But Justin, what are your thoughts, man, on this Batman Begins figure? I know you should be reviewing it probably soon, right?
Yeah, it should be shipping today, I hope. And then who knows? Yeah, it'll arrive this week, I think. But number one, that first picture is real bad. That one, it makes it look really bad. So when I saw that too, I was like, oh no, this is a freaking disaster. And a lot of people said, oh, Hot Toys are like hiding it or like sneaking it out and not doing blogger photos. No, it's a Toy Fair exclusive. So they don't do, for those who don't know, they don't do blogger photos like for Cyborg Spider-Man and for Arena Boba Fett. They don't do blogger photos for Toy Fair exclusives, so we're not going to see any. We're just going to rely on people taking pictures, etc. The cape, real nasty. I agree. It's supposed to be this really dark black velvet. In the movie, what they used for the actual suit was a parachute nylon. It was really thin. It was flocked, so it had that velvety texture. So it needs to be a hell of a lot darker than it is. The reason it's so thick is because it's apparently wired. So it needs to be 2-ply to have the wire running through it. So it needs to be 2 layers of fabric with the wire in the middle. So that's why it looks so awful. I will be replacing it immediately.
Yeah.
I do not like it at all. As for the proportions, though, if you go forward a few pics, Will, the one where he's standing next to DX19 is the one that caught my eye. I think that looks really good. I think that the proportions, he's big and beefy. He's narrowed down at the waist. I thought that was the quarter scale Batman Begins when I first saw that picture. I think the proportions are really good. With a cowl and a cape swap, I reckon this guy's going to look fantastic.
Hell yeah.
As for the glossy suit, here it's very glossy. So I don't know if this is collectors overseas who have it, treating it with something to make sure the suit is protected and therefore it's glossy or not. Yeah. So we will see when Dean gets his. I know Dean's going to rip into it if it's bad. When Dean gets his, when Lael gets his, then we will truly know if it is as nasty as some of these big. It looks greasy. Like you don't want to touch it.
It does look a little like oily or something.
Yeah. Like that's why I think you see that little bottle in the background there. I think this.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, and I was like, "What is that?"
A little bit of baby oil, a little bit,
exactly. Something going on. But so to follow up on this one with you guys, like Justin and I can lead into this with you, like with Hot Toys, I feel like we shouldn't have to do that though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we shouldn't have to be replacing cows and replacing capes. But
I agree.
But at the end of the day, sometimes it's just the reality of the situation. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I agree with you. I feel like I have gone on and on about Hot Toys capes. They are consistently pretty terrible. And I don't know why. It's just a piece of fabric. Just pick the right fabric. Like it's not that hard.
They're just like, nah.
If a guy like Jackson can just go out and buy some fabric and cut the thing up and then it's a perfect cape, surely they can do that. Just hire the guy or find out where he's buying the fabric and just do it yourself. Surely they can.
Come on,
But the
JC, do some
cowl-
investigative discovery.
Come on, JC. But the cowl is truly a disaster. I don't know why they didn't update that. They went to all this effort of giving him a brand new body, a brand new suit. They probably had to resize the belt, use the one from the DX19. They went to all this effort of updating all this other stuff, and then it's like that last 20%. You really didn't want to just, just get it over the line? New cowl, it can't have been that difficult. Even shrink down the quarter scale one. That mold was fantastic. They could have shrunk down the quarter scale one, popped it on there. He comes with a new Bruce Wayne head, but that cowl, travesty, absolute travesty. If you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Leo? Are you okay with the idea of, getting a hot toy and then replacing certain parts like a cow?
I mean, at the end of the day, no. I mean, pretty much there's no excuse for, just mediocre product, and them just, kind of, trying to slide it in as if we wouldn't know. It's definitely no excuse, especially if you're repurposing this figure, if you're putting it out there and you want, people to kind of latch onto it as a Toy Fair exclusive reissue or whatever you want to call it. We shouldn't have to, because if you think about it, you're paying already almost $300 for the figure. And then from certain companies, depending on where you go, if you actually want to get a custom cape and a custom cowl, head sculpt, whatever, you're paying like almost a damn near another 300 or 400, you know what I mean? Just depending. So who wants to do that? Like, just to improve something that should have been improved first go. And I'm pretty sure that they hear us having these conversations. You know what I mean? Why they aren't trying to improve these things. It is what it is. Even with the DX19, as beautiful as that figure is, like, they could have even done that cape sort of better than what they did. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I mean, I know what I'm going for. And again, if I have to get the custom cape and the custom head sculpt, Justin, then I'm cool with that.
Justin's gonna make you one, yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I get where you're coming from, Leo. You guys are right. For the right character, like I said, I think a lot of people would be willing to do that. Like, update it, go the custom route, just get something that takes that figure to the next level. But I think you guys are right on a good point there about with all the time they had for this, maybe it should have been a little more, like Justin said, that extra little 10 to 20% that they could have put into this. But they're clearly overwhelmed. They're clearly spread too thin. I mean, that's very obvious. They're trying to do way too many characters. Like it's a lot, and hopefully maybe streaming will calm down a little bit and the Hot Toys can like reel it in a little bit, because Disney, I've heard there's Marvel plans where they're going to kind of reevaluate the streaming thing a little bit, so we'll see. But as for now, pretty interesting. But Nick, just to round this one out, is this something, I know you're not getting this figure, but for your DX19, did you ever consider like upgrading the cape or anything like that, like custom wise?
I'm very back and forth about the cape, because I know, like Justin said, it should be like that velvety material. Yeah. And like, it is something I've thought about, but also at the same time, now that I know InArt's going to make one, that's why, like, now I'm like teetering. I'm like, maybe I just wait for InArt and see how they do. Or if not, maybe eventually I will. But I do agree with what Lael said, that it really is something like custom wise, like it's something you want to do for a character that means a lot to you. Like, right. For instance, like Peacemaker, I really want a Peacemaker, but like that first look at him, like I like Peacemaker, but dude, I wasn't gonna buy that. Like, there's just too much I would have to change to that.
Yeah. You're not buying Star Ace,
You're not buying Star Ace, exactly. Like I wouldn't, exactly. Like I wouldn't buy something like that is like, like how you and Carlos talk about now, the tier collecting. Like if it's like a tier 3 character, I'm not gonna like customize a tier 3 character. That's something like you do for tier 1, something like that. Right. So I don't agree with having to do custom, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's something you got to do,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. All right, well, guys, good thoughts on that one. Let's move on to Throbbing, Batman Forever. Let's move on to the figure that everyone wants to see, because I want to ask the important question. I know we've kind of talked about and previewed this figure quite a bit by this point, but I've heard it kind of thrown out that these are going to be future Grails, and I kind of want to explore that a little bit, because they could be. They could not be. These are probably not going to be made again, would be my guess. But they are pretty cool looking. And it's showing all my notifications. There we go. Anyway, so guys, like I said, could these be Grails? And definition of Grail is very subjective. I get that. Anything could be a personal Grail. Even a figure that's maybe not that great. Maybe a third. Like I had CC Toys, Joel and Ellie. They were pretty good figures. They were Grails to me, but they're not Grails to most people, because the quality is pretty good, but not great, right? But with these, kind of what I'm looking at are figures that can maybe go up to 2 times retail value. And then also something that's probably not going to get made again anytime soon, or possibly ever. So with that said, Justin, I'll start with you on this one. Do you think these Batman Forever figures could be future grails for people, or you think they're just kind of like once they're there, they're going to kind of go away and then people will forget about it?
I don't know. It's very subjective, this one.
Right.
See, I grew up, this was my Batman film. Like, it was the VHS I had. I would pop that bad boy in. If I wanted Batman fix, this was my go-to. So I love Batman Forever. But a lot of people, they see this and like, oh, damn, that's a terrible movie. Why would I buy Batman and Robin from one of the worst Batman movies, only to be surpassed by, of course, Batman and Robin. And the next, which is even worse. I think that they're not going to make many of these. They haven't made many of these. So if we're talking about Grail in the sense that in a few years' time, if you're looking for these, they're going to be pricey, I think yes, they will. If you're talking about popularity-wise, I think no. I see some people really popping off for these, but I also see a lot of people talking about other stuff. So I don't know how people are going to receive this. For me, I cannot wait. These two were my most anticipated pre-orders of this year, and I'm so glad that they came before the end of the year. I was getting so bored. And I don't mean to say that everything else is boring, but I was like, okay, cool, a Mandalorian. Okay, cool, another Mandalorian. Okay, cool, Clone Trooper. Okay, cool, Stormtrooper. Creatively and collecting-wise, I was like, I want something different, and I want something that means something to me more than just, oh yeah, I saw this show last year. Awesome, let's review that. So in terms of personal connection, I'm all for this, and I was so excited when they announced this, and now they should be here tomorrow, and I'm literally buzzing. I cannot wait to review these. But do I do it separately, or do I do them together? Actually, it's a good question I've been meaning to ask. What do you all think? Should I review them as one? Because nobody's going to buy Robin without Batman. Maybe the other way.
One.
Yeah, right.
Do as one and then save
One
yourself.
video?
Save your voice, bro.
Yeah, save the voice. Leia will do the voiceover. Leia will do the voiceover for it.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's probably a good idea, Justin. Maybe just do it as one video, because they're pretty much companion pieces. It's going to be. I think you would find very few people that are not going to get both of these or none of these. Like it's just going to be. They're pretty much together. Yeah, like you said, no one's really going to buy Robin. So.
They're also
really
very similar figures. They're both just fully rubber figures too. So
exactly.
Can I
but
quickly
Justin,
talk about the rubber suit.
You weren't excited about Loki, bro? Come on now.
I wasn't until you started hyping Loki. I've got this issue where if a friend of mine has like a love for something and they pass it off like onto me. So now I've started to appreciate Loki, and that's because of you, Will. So yes, I was excited for Loki
and God of War.
Oh my God, I love God. I freaking love God of War. I'm so happy that you forced me to play that game.
Did I force you?
And now I'm gonna. Hopefully, my statue arrives this week. I'm hoping.
Nice.
It's in quarantine at the moment. I don't know what that means, but it's being held.
They're checking
held
for
something.
COVID.
Yeah, they're checking for something. But
the material, Justin. What were you going to say about that?
I was thinking that they weren't going to do a rubber suit necessarily over a body. I thought the suit was going to be the body. So like a metal armature, like Hellboy, for instance, how it's a really thick rubber skin. I thought that the detail of the suit was just going to be the skin of the body. That way there wouldn't have been buckling and creasing and fear of it tearing or, because it's very thin, the material that they used. So I could have sworn that's what they were going to do. Oh my God. I could have sworn that's what they were going. Robin is way too close to Batman in this shot. We're going to film this video. Come on now.
He's going to poke him in the
bro, he's poking him.
Oh my
God.
God.
That's a safety hazard,
so
man.
Poorly.
You can't something that sharp, right? That close, man.
Yo, you better watch out. It's also quite low. Just,
Well, it's funny looking at these. You guys are right on about Hot Toys capes. These capes don't look good.
No, the capes actually, I think, especially for Batman, the cape is quite good. This is just user error. This is just user error.
Okay, this is user error. Okay.
I will let you know. But oh my God, that lighting them from the front.
Terrible.
God damn. It's too harsh.
Terrible.
Look at the highlights on Batman. He looks. Oh, terrible. I can't even. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get.
I can see the reflection of the lights in his bat nipples. Yeah.
Yeah, why are you pointing lights directly at his bat nipples? Come on.
Yeah, they're highlighting all the features. But okay, so Leo, what do you think about this Batman and Robin 2-pack, man? Not 2-pack.
Well, no, man. Batman and Tricky Dick Grayson looks. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I mean, it is.
Jesus.
I mean, here's the thing, bro. I wasn't really attached to the film. Batman, you know, just the first Batman film itself and Returns is, you know, pretty much, you know, my two favorite from that era. You know what I mean? You know, regardless of what people think about, you know, 2, I liked it. You know what I mean? We got Catwoman in there. We got Michelle Pfeiffer. This, you know, once we moved on to Forever, man, it got hokey for me. You know what I mean? It got a bit too hokey for me. Like, it was like certain actors over the top. It was just weird. You know, but with that basically being said, even though I didn't enjoy the film, and even though I'm not getting these figures, still these will be grails. It will be grail pieces for it, because the figure. Say what you what can you take it off of this one, please? I just can't. I can't, bro. Like they look terrible. Go back to like the Facebook photos.
You want the photos?
Yeah, man, because it just looks better. Like I can look at those and so this is better. You know what I mean? I like looking at this. It looks better. Whatever the fuck they did, I don't know what they thought they were thinking. Stop copying, and you wouldn't have that problem.
His belt was too high in that video. That's why his crotch looked even longer.
They're trying to accentuate
innovation. When we say innovation, is when you basically move forward and do your own thing. When you try to rehash on somebody else's shit, that's what always happens. Anyway, looking at this, bro, like if I look, I'm just speaking the truth. I'm sorry, they already canceled me, so I don't give a fuck. Anyway, like like this, bro, like if you look at these figures, like literally, I mean, they look incredible, bro. It looks like I'm looking at Val Kilmer, bro. I'm really looking at it. Was like, if you even go through like a couple of the shots, bro, you'll see like it looks just like Val Kilmer. Literally, it does. Like it looks just like Val, even with the song. Look at that, bro. That looks like that looks movie. Great. That's like a still. Yeah, you know what I mean? It looks like a movie still. Like he's like, look at that. Everything that I see from this is perfect. Both figures perfect. And I know that people were complaining about the head sculpt, or not the head sculpt, but the articulation. They were complaining about the articulation. I really wouldn't care about it, because the thing is, it's like just the presence is in this house. You know how stoic they look, but at the same time, just the poses alone. You put the arms up. I mean, that's what you saw from the film. You know what I mean? Look at that, bro. That looks really good.
That shot.
That looks really good. You know what I mean? So I would never take it away from that, man. Like, these figures look incredible. For everybody who's getting these figures, you're gonna have incredible pieces, man, in your collection. Like, literally, like, they look good. And when are you gonna see this come around again? You know what I mean? Hot Toys, they might actually do it again, but I mean, it's gonna be a long way out. And to have just the first edition, I mean, that's incredible for those who are getting it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, feel like do it because you're connected to it. Don't do it because we're telling you to do that shit, but do it because you're connected to it. But all in all, bro, this thing looks incredible. Tricky Dick Grayson looks good. Like, you even go to like here's some of his photos, man, and just look at the character itself. Like, look at that. Both of them and this is how the other company should have had these turned. Come on, man. Y'all play.
Turn Tricky Dick sideways.
Tricky Dick, like he want to show off his piece, like,
pointing away from the camera. If it's pointing into the camera, just put me in the eye of the screen.
Like, a couple photos they had him actually standing in the Captain Morgan pose because he wanted to show it off. Like,
he did, bro. Leo, remember that shit? He was like, "Look, watch this shit." Like the photographer, bro.
You know what? Like straight up, if I was somebody who's had these figures, I would take both hands and put him behind his head and just have him standing with his leg and just do something like pump.
Like the pump from Key and Peele or something.
As Bean. If you want to do stop motion, just have him doing
it. Dude, don't give people ideas, Leo. Don't give them ideas.
I know they're going to clip this and make it out of a meme. But nah, I mean, literally, bro, like,
that looks
dope. I think they look dope, bro. Like, literally, there's nothing that bad I can say about these figures. Like, they look incredible, like, literally. So, and both of them together, man, like, yeah, that's dope. Like, dope. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, but here's the thing that pisses me off. As good as these look, then you basically, the inconsistencies, bro. Like, these look great. But then it's like, we're also talking about Batman Begins, where it's kind of flawed in certain sections, man. Come on, man. Get it right.
That's true. That's fair. There's a little inconsistency going on, which we're going to talk about for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys insofar as like these are not going to come around again anytime soon. And I think there's a lot of nostalgic diehards out there for this film. So say this does sell out, and like Justin said, they don't make a lot. There will be people that are out there that are willing to pay for these, because if they happen to miss out on them, maybe they weren't collecting at the time, or maybe they just slept on it or whatever. I think there's a lot of people that feel pretty fondly about this film from a nostalgic standpoint, just because of how old it is and what it meant to them in their childhood. I remember watching this film as a kid, and I was like, this is cheesy as fuck. Even then, I was like, it's just not, it was a little bit over the top for me. I liked, at the time as a kid, though, I liked Jim Carrey in it, because I just really liked Jim Carrey as an actor. But watching it now, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Why don't you or Justin, why don't you just cosplay as Robin? I want to see one of y'all do.
Yeah, well, Justin will be Robin. I'll be back.
Actually,
I'm taller.
Cosplay Chris actually owns one of the original Robin suits.
Oh, wow.
And he has it displayed. He has it displayed in some hermetically sealed chamber, because it's urethane rubber and it degrades. But he has one of the actual suits, which is crazy.
Wow, that's pretty dope.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Look at that Speed. He's like, no.
He's like, nah.
Come on, bro. You can do it.
Well, Nick, what about you, man? Like, what do you think about these figures in general? Do you think they're going to be future grails? Are they going to be for you? Because they're clearly before your time. You're the young end of the group here. But fill us in, man, on your thoughts.
Nick's going to cosplay next New York.
He's going to cosplay as Robin.
Cosplay as Robin. It's Robin.
He's going to walk up to you. Hey, Leal, what's going on with you, man? How you doing, bro?
What up, Leo? You'll see Nick at Comic-Con just like doing that, humping everybody. Nick, don't do that to me if I see you at SCCC, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Nick, hey, Will, how you doing, bro?
What up? And Nick, you have the mustache for it too, so you be looking like Ron Jeremy as Robin.
Wow,
So,
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, man. All right, Nick. So, what do you think, man?
Yeah. As for these, dude, these look amazing. These look super duper amazing. Like, they look almost as good as the prototypes. Like, I think both the Val Kilmer, I'd say 10 out of 10 sculpt, and the Robin's like a 9.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna get them. I gotta be honest.
That photo.
Wait. Also, I gotta say, is it just me? I feel like they nerfed it. They nerfed Robin his schlong a little bit, right?
I mean, this angle is,
it's accurate, bro.
Dude, no matter what the angle, though, your eyes go straight to the dick every time. Like, it's just like, you go straight there. Like,
I thought the prototype would look bigger.
You're saying they nerfed Robin?
I think they nerfed it,
bro. Dion
I
has
might
a
be
good
wrong.
idea. Pose it with Deadpool.
Yeah, that would be pretty
crazy.
cool. That looks sick, though. Sorry, Nick, go ahead.
Dude. No, it's okay. Now coming to Grails, I mean, I guess like Justin said, that's always going to be a personal thing for people.
Right.
I could see them being Grails down the line for a lot of people. It's just something that they're not going to make again or for a long, long time. And the figures just look amazing. So they're going to hold their value over time because they look so good. It's not like in 10 years you're going to look back and be like, wow, that figure looks terrible or something. Like, they look outstanding. So I do think they'll be Grails at some point. I won't get them, but like, I gotta be honest, like, a part of me does want them. But
they look really good.
They
man.
look really good.
It
A part of me
does,
really
bro.
wants them, but like I just don't have the space for anything.
Bro, this is probably one of the dopest releases they've done in a long time. Like,
I
literally,
agree.
it is the dope. And the thing is, it's crazy because we saw the prototypes, and this is almost even better than that, almost in a sense. You know what I mean? Probably even the same, but it just looks good. Like, it definitely looks good, and it would be an incredible display. The realism is there. I mean, come on, man. Like, you can't, like, anybody who's getting it, I can't bring myself to do it because I can't. I just can't. And I want to keep my girl. I'm not having this man. You know what I mean? I'm not having that come in here and she'd be like, what up with your boy? Like,
what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, straight up. I'm not doing that.
Robin will hurt your self-confidence.
He will, bro. Even
bro.
in 6 scale.
Straight
Imagine
up.
a 1-to-1. It would really hurt your confidence.
Shit. Imagine 1-to-1, bro.
Yeah, it should. It'd poke you in the eye, man. It's like
I can't. You know what? I want to see Justin do it.
Yeah.
I want to hear Justin do it because I know he's gonna laugh. Here's the thing, though, because he's gonna cheat. He'll probably be laughing his ass off when he's gonna do that overdub, so we don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Show the outtakes, Justin. Show
I
the
wanna see the
outtakes for
outtakes,
Throbbing.
bro. You better
Have an after credit scene.
You better
Yep.
send me the outtakes.
Yeah, right.
I'm just worried he's going to be too heavy front on.
We do have- he's going to
Yo,
tip
wow.
over. You will definitely need the stand, Justin, for this one.
Oh, 100%. 100%. His quarter scale
Yeah.
crotch.
He's
Is gonna
Wait,
basically
got-
quarter scale kingpin.
Yeah,
but in
you
the
got a
crotch.
quarter scale crotch grabber.
Yeah, exactly.
And you better put him in the Captain Morgan group.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Justin, like Lael said, put his hands behind his head
Yep.
like this.
Put him,
And then-
yep, and make him do the Captain Morgan pose.
Yeah,
bro. You
right.
better. Straight up.
Wow.
Exactly. That's why people complained about the material of the suit, because you wanted to put him in that pose. You wanted to put him in this
Yeah.
one. And you're just worried
Oh,
about
yeah.
creasing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
anyway, guys,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
my
let's wrap that topic and move on to the next one.
No, I want to talk about it some more. Come on, let's go back.
Yeah, let's talk about throbbing some more.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
So we can get demonetized. Guys, thanks so much. Batman Collectibles for a super chat. Thanks so much, kind sir. Awesome panel night. My favorite Forever set arrives tomorrow. Dude, nice, man.
Oh,
Pretty soon,
nice.
man.
that's
Pretty
what's
soon.
up. That's
Yeah,
what's
man.
up, man.
Very
Love
excited for you on that one. They look great. I mean, I don't even love the film, but I can't deny those figures look very good.
that.
They
That,
look
bro,
really
the
good.
figures are dope. Like literally, I can. There's
Mhm.
not one thing I could say.
No. I mean, Robin.
Yeah, Robin. I mean, but even, bro, all jokes aside, though, even that figure looks good.
It
I mean,
looks
the
good.
likeness to Chris O'Donnell is there, bro. Like he looks just like that person. So I don't know. I think they overcompensated, but still, he
Just a little bit.
it looks just like him. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Well, thanks so much, Batman Collectibles. And we have another super chat. Ash Chase, thanks so much, man. There will be a throbbing under every tree this Christmas.
Ah, right.
Probably. Could you imagine giving that as a gift layout to someone? You could be like,
Just Robin, no
Bro,
Batman.
can you imagine?
just Robin, here you go.
Imagine putting him directly in the tree where all you see is his head sculpt,
Yeah, right.
and then you go down further down in the tree, you see him poked out.
Yeah, right. Dude.
Oh.
Especially gifting it to a non-collector, they would be like, "What the fuck is
Yo.
this? What is this shit?"
Yo, my mom would probably whoop my ass.
I know.
if I
She'd be
showed her
like,
that.
"Give me that
what?
perverted thing."
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Oh, Luminar in the chat. Thanks so much, Louis,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
super chat. Cop these so they do the Batman and Robin film next. Need Poison Ivy and Batgirl. Yeah, Poison Ivy would be pretty cool.
Bane.
That was Uma
Bane.
Thurman,
Bane
wasn't
would
it?
be sick. We need Bane.
That
Yeah, the Bane. I remember the Bane. Isn't Uma
Damn.
Thurman Poison Ivy? Isn't that who it was?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, if they sell enough of these, maybe they'll do it, right? Maybe they'll do a Poison
And a
Ivy and that
Nightwing
Bane.
suit for Robin. Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Literally, I might get these just because.
yes, you will.
See?
You will.
Lay out
Come
the-
on.
I might
Get
get them
joy
just
out of it.
because,
Look how
bro.
much joy you're getting out of them.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, only I'll get them on one condition.
Just Robin.
Nick,
Just
you
Robin.
got to cosplay, bro.
Nick's
You
got to
have
cosplay Robin.
You have to do it, bro. Come on, Nick.
Nick knows nothing about the film, but he's just like, I'm gonna cosplay Robin. I'm gonna do it. Just
Like,
so
Nick,
he can,
come on, bro,
he can air
bro.
pump everybody. At
If you
Comic-Con.
do it,
Oh,
you
man.
will be, bro. Walking through Comic-Con, you don't have to buy your food. Like literally,
Nah.
you'll be literally, bro. You'll be a hit.
Nick, if you don't have a girlfriend now, you will by the end of Comic Con. Like, by the time you get through walking around the premises once, you will be with a girlfriend. So
Or two.
yeah, or two. Yeah, see? Justin knows. He's been to Comic Con. He knows how it
Yeah,
goes.
that's gonna be funny.
So, guys, thanks so much for your thoughts on that
my
one.
God.
Let's talk about She-Hulk. Something maybe still controversial. Not the figure, though. The figure looks incredible. So we need to
Yeah,
talk
hell
about
yeah.
this. Guys,
Hell
I
yeah.
want to bring up the idea worthy of a pre-order. I know since, you know, a lot of us in the States over here, I know not Justin, but we typically order from Sideshow or Sideshow-related places, right? And what's been happening as of late, for characters that are maybe deemed a little less popular, they're not a high pre-order volume moving numbers, they go on waitlist more quickly. So then you're forced to maybe find them somewhere else or just kind of play the game a little bit. So She-Hulk is one that I want to talk about because one thing that I actually noticed, people were more excited about this figure than I thought they were going to be originally. Because I thought, oh, no one really liked the show. No one's going to give a shit. I originally thought that they were going to put this out with like joints. They were going to be like, just take it. Like, we got to make the She-Hulk. Just take it with joints. We're going to give it like some shitty like rooted hair or something and just give it to you, right? And then just you don't want it anyway. So, but supposedly people do want it. I even saw in my video, I did a preview video on this figure, and I was pretty fair. I felt like I was like, yeah, but does anyone really care? And I got like 5 dislikes. So like people, and that's a lot for me. So like normally I get like 1 or 2, right? So people really do want this figure, and I obviously offended some people. So sorry to you out there. But I will say, is this worthy of a pre-order? That's the question I want to ask, because I do feel like for people that are on the fence, this might not be one that sticks around for too long, because I'm not sure, like it's more popular than I thought it was going to be, but I'm not sure it's going to be super popular nonetheless, because it's She-Hulk and the show is pretty divisive. Anytime there's a divisive piece of content, pre-order numbers, and it just depends. Unless the character's beloved, then it's a little bit questionable. But Leo, I want to start with you, man. I know for you it's going to be worthy of a pre-order, but do you think for anyone on the fence, do you think they should pre-order this or they should wait a little bit?
I mean, that's the thing. Is like we can't really speak for everybody, and that's the hard thing. It's like I don't want to come across telling you that you should do it. If you're looking for comic accuracy, then yes, this is a must. If you want to have that comic representation in your collection, this is a must. I mean, literally, do what I do. If you're on the fence about it, separate it from the show. Like literally separate it from the show. And here's the thing. Think about it long term. Yes, we saw a show that might not have been as successful to people as far as their likes, dislikes. They may not have actually gravitated to the show based on how it ended. It started strong, it ended, but we're going to see her again. Like literally, we're going to see her again. Just keep in mind, we have Secret Wars coming years down the line. They're going to introduce this character, and she was very pivotal in Secret Wars. So again, just think about that. It is a redeemable concept when it comes to her character. We will see something else. I mean, they'll probably keep some of the comedic value there, but they'll get made to get more intense as we go because she's coming into her zone. You know what I mean? She knows, basically who she is now, what she possesses. As far as a figure, this is an amazing piece, bro. Like literally the sculpted hair, they got the flow of it. It looks really good. Seamless joints, the quads look incredible. Like literally it's a show of strength, and I really support this. So this definitely was a day one pre-order for me, man, because I could not pass it up. It's because I've wanted a She-Hulk. I was even telling you, bro, like I've collected She-Hulk since I was young. I've collected the actual comics, you know what I mean? The comic run, even her first interest. So I've actually been doing that, for a while. I wanted to get that premium format statue when they released it, but I missed out on it at that time. I slept on it. It was my problem. But at the same time, this is incredible. I'm even thinking about getting two just to kind of repurpose one. Probably it's two things. Maybe actually get like a suit just to put her in like a suit just to give her that look, or repurpose the costume and make it basically more resemblance to Fantastic Four, because at one point she was a member of the Fantastic Four. So again, there's so many different things that I can actually do with this, but it's definitely worthy. I hate that they put it next to this particular figure because I hate this Hulk. I really do. I mean, and I don't want to shit on everybody else's parade, just my opinion. I don't like this version of Hulk, but it is what it is. But she looks good. Definitely the as far as the height, they got that right. Just how the figure looks. The scene, even with the seamless arms. I mean, with the seamless arms and the jointed. With the wrist pegs, you can't really see them. They blended this so well. It looks so good. So yeah, I cannot wait to get this piece in hand. I will have it. Only one other critique about it is that they should have gave it another head sculpt where it was a bit more, because during the show she did have a serious look at some point. So if we could have actually did that, I mean, look, they did the same thing with Thanos. They gave us two head sculpts, one where he showed that confidence, one where he was angry. You know what I mean? They could have did something like that, but I know what it would cost a little bit more. To me, $300 is worth it. Like literally it is, because you're getting a customized body, green at that, and it's very detailed. You're getting an incredible head sculpt. You get the purrs, rolling eyes. Doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but it's She-Hulk. Like, what else does she need? She's strong as fuck. So I mean, that's basically what it is. But I love this figure, bro. Again, I cannot wait to have this in my collection.
Yeah, well, all she needs is a cell phone, Leo, and a base. That's it,
yeah,
bro. And
definitely.
That's really, I mean, you don't really need much else. I mean, you need that's pretty much it, man. So, but yeah, for me, she's, I only watched 3 episodes of the show, so she's not for me. But there are more people out there, Leo, than I originally anticipated that really do care about this figure. Like you said, maybe because of comic orders, and maybe they just like the show. Maybe more people like the show than I originally thought.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that did like the show. I mean, I'm just amongst the minority probably that did not like it, but there are people out there who enjoyed the comedic value. They loved it. I will say that, if I had to choose between this and Love and Thunder, I like this more than Love and Thunder. But I mean, all things subjective. But I mean, still, with all that basically being said, I mean, I even like the shot of her standing in front of Daredevil. I mean, so I can't wait to get that figure. Hopefully they announce that soon. But all in all, man, I'm definitely excited about it. I'm gonna have it. in my collection. I'm going to also do the voiceover when Justin does the review. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to make it sound super smooth. You just see his hand. So if you see a white dude's hand, my voice, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. We'll explain that. But no, I like this, man. I cannot wait. Definitely.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely, man. And like one thing I do want to throw in before I jump to Nick on this one is just kind of the idea of saying like to pre-order or not, because Leo is right. Like it's going to be so personal for every individual person. I guess the way I'm looking at it is I don't want people to necessarily panic and be like, well, they're not going to make that many of these, so if I'm on the fence, I better just pre-order it. I still say regardless of that, you have to be positive that you want it, or pretty damn near positive, because if you're going to pre-order it nowadays, they build in a lot of time for delays and stuff, so you're probably not getting your NRD back if you try to cancel that. So $300, that's 30%, $30 is 10% rather. So that's something to factor into this. So I do feel like, if you got to be pretty sure you're going to want this. If you do, the figure looks great, it's amazing, but you got to really love the character too. So if you're kind of on the fence, I would say wait a little bit, think a little bit more about it. But it's going to be personal for everyone. But Nick, what do you think, bro? Are you what do you think people should do about this She-Hulk? Should they pre-order if they want it? What are your general thoughts?
I think same thing as Leo said. If you love the character, if you love the show, I think you got to get it, because I think this figure is honestly this is me personally. I think it's like a 10. I think like this is really one of those showings. I think this is one of those Hot Toys figures they show off, and this is like them at their best. It's kind of like the Darth Vader, like the DX Vader they just did this year. For me personally, it's on par with that. Like much like Leo said, I think the only thing he could have added was an extra head sculpt, just because it's a little weird. She'll be smiling all the time, but like,
you know what? Hey, Nick, pose her with Robin.
Just have her looking down at Robin.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the head sculpt's like perfect. The hair sculpt is like incredible. I think for me that's like the one thing that stands out too. It looks so real. And then and for some reason her legs look really good too. Yeah, really nice. But
you said that like so for like
he did get super cool.
I mean, he was like, her legs look really nice. I know what you meant, but it was funny.
What are you gonna do? Her legs look really nice.
That's hilarious.
But like for me personally, I'm not gonna get it. But like, dude, once again, like the Batman and Robin, part of me really wants it because it looks so nice. And I thought the show, like, I enjoyed it. It's not a good show, but like I enjoy it. Like I can watch it again and I'll like have fun with it. But that's like what I think. I think it's an amazing figure, and I think if you love the show, you should get it. If you're iffy about it, you should wait. She'll be around. She ain't going nowhere.
She'll definitely be around.
She'll probably have a cooler costume next time too, like maybe something else. Yeah,
could be another version. Sometimes you get the first version and it's just always going to be the coolest though, and you never really know. And sometimes the last version is the next one. What'd you say?
Like OG Mando.
Yeah, OG Mando. Yeah. Dude, that Duracell Mando, that should have been around longer. Let's be real. It should have been around longer. And, I think the first Loki figure was Avengers, if I'm not mistaken, because they never made the Thor 1 one, which I'm hoping one day that they do. But
such a good suit.
I know. It's such a good suit, Justin. I can't believe they didn't make that. I'm hoping for like a Toy Fair exclusive or some point where they do like Thor 1 Loki. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. But nonetheless, Justin, what are your thoughts on the She-Hulk, man? Do you think people should jump on this if they're thinking about it?
I think this is, we're going to come to know this as the Batman Forever effect. Not necessarily a well-received film by everyone, but the figures are dope. So I'm with both of y'all, Nick and Lael, that this is incredible. This is one of the best showings I've seen from them in a while. They didn't really skimp out on anything that really, like, a second head sculpt would have been great, second outfit would have been great, but it's not enough to say, I wouldn't get it because it doesn't come with those things, at least for me. I love the body. That hair, Nick, you're right. It looks so good. This might be some of their best sculpted hair.
It's so layered. It has so much
layered.
Yeah.
The texture is so fine. There's so many strands, separate strands. And based off the poses that they've shown, it doesn't seem to be that restrictive. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be as posable as a rooted hair figure. 100%, of course. But I think this is a good blend. And when you move the eyes, you pretty much change the expression on that sculpt from one side to the other. It kind of shifts that expression. And I really like that. It kind of works almost as a second sculpt because you can completely change the perspective of how you're viewing the figure just by switching the eyes around or up or down. And that seam where the wrist connects, how the rubber goes like under the hand, It's very clever. We've seen previously where they were too scared to do that. Maybe because when you move the hand, it would peel the rubber away. But this, I think, is a show of confidence. They're like, hey, we can do one-off custom big bodies like this. We can do them in green. We can do them in any color you want. Does this mean the next Avatar figure will be seamless? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I would cop that for sure. But yeah, She-Hulk, I'm all about this, and bring on that Daredevil. Seriously.
Yeah.
The whole reason I watched that show was for Daredevil, and Steph was so angry at me because she loves Tatiana. She watched her in Orphan Black, and she loves
yeah.
And she was all in for Tatiana. I was there. I was like, so Daredevil's coming this week, yeah. And I was just every episode I was like, okay, he's gonna be here this week. I'm so excited. And then he wasn't. I was like, God damn it! And she's like, get over Daredevil. He's not that good. Seriously,
he's not that good.
And then finally he arrived. I was like, yes. And then that episode was my favorite. So I really want that Daredevil and them together. I think it's going to be awesome. I was hoping to see maybe a 2-pack with Jen Walters. You know, She-Hulk and Jen Walters. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I assume
or they give us like a 2-pack with her in the suit, or without,
or a switch out suit. I assume they're not done with this body though. So in whatever kind of way that we'll see this again, whether it's a different version in the suit, perhaps as a Toy Fair exclusive, or just another appearance of She-Hulk in whatever the hell she's going to appear in next, if anything, then we'll see them use this body again. I think money well spent. I'm all in on this just because it's so unique. As for everyone else, it's going to have to decide if you like something that's going to be big and quite literally stand out because it's enormous, and from an artistry perspective, be top tier. This is it. But if you really, really don't like the character in the show, then I would be hard pressed to say go and get it, because it's not going to change your perspective on the show, even though the figure is incredible. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's what I would say, Justin. Well, it better articulate to the twerking pose. Because a lot of people are going to want to put her in that pose. Like I swear, dude, at least for photography. So Hot Toys they had to have tested this.
I think it will.
Honestly,
I think it will.
You might be able to, because like you can bend seamless bodies like maybe 2 points.
Right.
And then after that, it's too much.
Done.
And like I'm pretty sure she's going to be non-seamless under the costume. So you probably could.
That's true. Ratchet the leg. Yeah. I did the twerking pose in the Marvel Legends figure, and I had it sitting there. And my sister came over, and she was so angry. She was like, "Come on, you got so much more than just twerk." And I'm like, "What do you want from me?"
It's what the people want to see. I mean, it's like I gotta give the people what they want. So yeah, but it is a really dope looking figure. But I'm with you guys. I do feel like you have to love the character to end up getting it personally, because it's an amazing piece of art. Like I'm actually surprised again how well this figure came out. I'm surprised Hot Toys put this much effort into it. I thought they would have been like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna half-ass this, like, because they've been half-assing some things. So why not She-Hulk? But apparently they were like, nah, that's why Hot Toys will surprise you sometimes. They whole-assed this one. They really did, because this looks incredible. This is, you guys are right. This is pretty close to a 10 sculpt.
It will check it out though. She did fight alongside Loki.
Okay, well, hopefully she will in something.
She was like with like Asgardian armor, and she did fight beside Loki.
Okay. Well, I like that. And hopefully we get to see that in Loki's show, which will be much better than this one. So because Loki, Justin's a Loki hater, bro. Come on.
I don't like the show. I like the character though. I like.
I really love the show, but I get where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's wrap that discussion. We have one super chat before we move on to our next topic. Jason Himmerite, thanks so much, bro. Everyone's predictions for the next release. That's a good question.
Well, so we know that one coming is Hunter, because I've already been charged for it. So Hunter's going to come soon. But besides Hunter, and we already know Batman Begins. I don't know. It might be a DC figure. It might be, Wonder Woman 84. It might actually be. I'm hoping it's Wanda, bro. I'm really hoping it's Wanda, man.
It could be Wanda.
Wanda figure, bro. Because come on, man, we need that really, really quick. It might be Elena, because that still hasn't been delayed yet. So there's a couple of them, that's out there we could actually see. It won't be Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Yeah, that's all you got delayed.
And then also the Cyborg has been delayed as well. But I mean, everything else that's out there, we might, or Mando Luke. So you
Yeah,
see that
Mando
as
Lucas
well.
on the chats. I got a bold one. Chrome Mando.
Oh,
Chrome Mando.
okay.
Could it be Justin? Do you have any inside scoop?
I don't, but I was hoping for something like XC suit Batman, that big.
Yeah.
chunk
Oh yeah, that
Batman.
one was really cool actually.
was
Didn't they
really
delay
cool.
that one too?
Yeah, but don't forget the delays are usually
Different
US
in
exclusive. Like
US,
Loki has
yeah.
been delayed, for example, but
Right.
he's out in Hong
Right.
Kong. So
Yeah,
it,
true,
I don't
true.
necessarily follow
True.
that.
Ooh, then if that's
correlation,
the
but-
case,
Yeah.
I might get my Sam Wilson cap then.
It
because
could be
Yeah,
anything.
maybe.
Yeah.
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 Or Cyborg. It could be
Yeah, it could be
anything.
Cyborg,
It could,
yeah.
there's so many good ones on the horizon.
Dude,
that Wonder
Cyborg is
Woman,
gonna be great.
Wonder Woman in the classic suit with the sculpted hair finally.
Yeah,
Oh, I really
that'd be
want that.
dope. That'd be dope.
On
Yeah.
Sideshow, at least, integrated suit Spidey is January to March.
Integrated
So-
suit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Really?
Do you know- and
that
Justin,
feels
do you
like yesterday.
Justin, did you
They
see
No.
Shang-Chi and Wenwu were listed for that on Sideshow too?
Yes. Yeah.
January
because
to
I
March,
look at when I did the preview videos. Usually is how I get an idea of what was released. Like, say for instance, before Shang-Chi and Wenwu or after, even though they were announced, like you would expect them to be out already.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was over a year ago. So that's right around the time that I would expect to see them. So
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and Wenwu, I would be so happy.
I would
that
be
movie
so
was
excited.
so good.
I know. It's
Damn.
so good. I'd be so excited. So I'm gonna predict Chrome Mando. So what are your guys' official predictions? You had to just call one. What's the next release? I'm gonna say Chrome
Something
Mando.
boring. It'll be something boring.
Wanda. Be Wanda, please.
Wanda. Okay, Nick, you're going with Wanda. WandaVision Wanda.
It'll be some sort of clone trooper, I would imagine.
Yeah, damn it. That would suck,
I
dude.
know,
God damn it.
probably.
I know. I feel like those damn troopers.
Because they're so easy. It's just a repaint. Just get. They've already got the armor pieces. Just slap some.
Before
different
Leo
colors.
goes, Justin,
Ooh.
remember what we used to be like? We used to do the prediction at the end of every show. We'd be like, what's the next figure? I'd be like, Ahsoka. And we said Ahsoka for like 4 months. And then it was
Yeah.
like never Ahsoka.
Oh
I was
my
wrong
god.
like every time.
Oh, Rosario Dawson. Wait, I changed
Yeah,
it.
could be
Yeah.
Rosario
Oh,
Dawson.
I
Ahsoka.
completely forgot.
Is that
about
what you think too, Leo? What do you
Yeah.
think?
That's what I was gonna say. Ahsoka, bro.
Oh,
that.
okay.
I need that.
Because she still hasn't been
Okay,
delayed yet.
okay.
I mean, she was delayed once before, but
Hasn't been
again, we might get her. We could get
Okay.
her. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Could be, guys. So very exciting times nonetheless.
Yeah.
That said, we need to talk about this because as we talk about releases, I think this is something interesting to talk about because normally we don't get a ton of releases like this, especially not all at once. I want to share my screen real quick because I pulled up all the releases just from Q4 of this year, right? So, sorry, wrong one. Give me one
So
sec.
far.
That's yeah, there we go. Give me one sec. Yep. So far Q4 releases, right? It should be, yeah, there we go. It actually is the right one. Okay. So let me get rid of this. So you can see here, this is all the releases that at least
With
I've seen from
Shira.
Facebook so far. Maybe I'm missing something, right? But this is what I've seen so far just from Hot Toys. And maybe there's maybe there's more. There's definitely not less, right? So this is a lot. This is ever since September the 1st from this year, all the way through December 11th now. So yeah, that's quite a lot of releases. So that's why I want to ask you guys the question: do we take issue with this many releases at once? Because I do think I've heard this criticism somewhat regularly of people saying, well, you guys complain about delays, you complain about figures not getting released, and now they're all getting released, and we're complaining that there's too many at once. So I feel like that's kind of a fair criticism. We do kind of complain about delays a lot. So, now they're releasing them all. Yeah, they're trying to get them out before Chinese New Year, clearly. But do we have a problem with this many figures dropping at once? I think if you plan effectively, I think you're probably fine. If you're either doing payment plans or you're like not pre-ordering and then you can make decisions, I think you're going to be fine ultimately. But if you put yourself in a tough spot, I feel like all these releases can really tend to hurt you. That's kind of just my stance on it. But I'll start with you, Leo, on this one. Do you have a problem with them releasing this many figures at once?
It would be a major problem if you don't pre-plan.
Yeah.
If you didn't have like a plan beforehand, then I just feel bad for those who weren't really ready for it. You know what I mean? They weren't ready for what we're getting now. But it's kind of fishy how we're getting or so many releases this way. They didn't do this last year. At least from what I remember, they didn't do this. It wasn't on this level. I think last week we got what was that, 6 so far? If you count Hunter, Batman Begins, both the Sonar Suit and Tricky Dick Grayson. If you actually count who else did we actually get? The Iron Strange. Don't forget about that. You know what I mean? So yeah, right. Yeah, definitely.
It's downstairs right now. I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So again, like that is, that's a lot, and hey, this week could be a repeat. You know what I mean? Like they could start dumping more out. Because again, they're trying to get ready for Chinese New Year or get things out before so they can recoup as much as they can before that. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, all right, business wise, I guess it makes sense for them. It doesn't in a sense for me, but I mean, again, I wasn't going to get everything on this list anyway. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't one of those that was actually going to barrel through and get everything. I knew what I was going for. So I'm not really worried about it. The only thing that sucks, though, I will tell you, Justin, I got a bone to pick with you, bro, because when you did that review for the white suit, Black Widow, and you swapped out that head sculpt, I was like, this motherfucker sold me. Like literally.
Do you know what happened after that video, Leo?
What?
So I this happens to me a lot actually, because I'm a moron. So I did the video, did all the poses. I was like, okay, cool. Put her in the display, do my final pose. I was switching out the hand, and the hands are quite surprisingly hard to switch out. So I tried to switch it out, and I was holding her bicep, and I was pushing the hand on. I fucking broke the arm. I snapped it in half. I completely shattered the arm because I put so much pressure trying to push that goddamn hand on. I could have just gone and heated it up. It would have taken me 2 seconds, but I was lazy and I didn't. So I completely shattered her arm. I was shattered. I was like, damn. So I had to send it back.
Yeah.
Finally, I got my replacement yesterday. But yeah, be careful when you're switching. Don't be like me. Heat up the hands. Have a hairdryer just ready to go. I need a hairdryer in here so I can heat them up.
Definitely, I want to get it, man, because I like that swapped out head sculpt, the black suit with the white suit, like that, the head sculpt that you swapped, that looked incredible. That looked so dope. So I was like, yeah. But besides that, everything else, man, like I was very selective about it. There's a lot of things on this list that, I have or coming and stuff like that. But again, it's just all about pre-planning, and I pre-plan for a lot of these things, so I wouldn't have to worry about running into this issue. You know what I mean? Whereas, you're getting dumped on and you may not have the funds to really get it. But yeah, I think, I mean, the thing is for people who may have wanted these figures and we're getting dumped on this way, and if they weren't prepared for it, but you can't say that none of us as content creators didn't warn you, because we've been telling you like this was going to happen for the longest time. And I'm pretty sure they didn't really need us to tell them. They knew. But again, I mean, it's a tricky situation though, Will, because it's like, it's business. This is business. This is basically what happens. This is business, and you have to be selective. But at the same time, I do feel bad. I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? A lot of people, money wise, especially during Christmas, like you do this in December, bro,
right?
Of all months. Why didn't you do this shit back in October? You know what I mean? Like at least people could have been like, all right, cool, I have time, at least a little bit of time. But damn, but yeah, that's where I'm
absolutely, bro. Because people are buying Christmas gifts, people are doing a number of things. So this is why we always say it's so important to plan this out and kind of look at what your I actually like only pre-orders I have really are stuff that I have to nowadays, like in art, for example, and then I pay it off in full, either to the shop or put it in a separate account, so I have that money set aside, so I'm ready for release. Like it could release tomorrow and it's already paid, basically. So that's kind of how I tend to do it. That's just what works for me. Everyone's situation is different, but when you look at these many releases coming out at once, like I'll say you wanted like half of these, right? Like, over the last, 90 days or less even, you could be hit with a lot of charges if you really wanted these. But I think it also makes you sit back and be like, do I really want these? Because I think, them coming out all at once, you really start to be able to differentiate, like, do I need this, or do I just kind of like feel like it looks cool, right? And that's kind of how I feel about some of them on there. Like Bo-Katan, for example. I think Bo-Katan looks incredible. I really like the character, but I'm just kind of like, I'll wait it out a little bit, right? I'll wait it out and see how I feel. But nonetheless, Endgame Loki, of course, that was a day one, but had to get that one, the grail of all grails. But Justin, what do you think, bro? Do you have any problem or any issue with Hot Toys releasing so much at once before the Chinese New Year?
I mean, in the current state that I'm in, being completely totaled and sick, yeah, I'm struggling with the
Because
amount
you're
of
like,
videos that I need to.
I can't put
that I
out
need to make on
videos fast enough.
Correct, but I'm game for it. I'm up for the challenge. I'll get it done. Don't worry. But from a content creation perspective, it's a lot. But it's okay. I got you. I'll do it. In terms of financial perspective, if you are someone who likes Marvel, Star Wars, and DC, and all of these, most of these are main-ish characters. Tony Stark, Black Widow, Bo-Katan's a second-tier character, but still, she has a presence across multiple shows.
Yeah.
There are a lot of characters on this list that you probably want to get. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like it's easy for us to say be prepared, but I don't know how to be prepared for such an onslaught, like in 1 month even. Because it's not like, and I'm talking about myself, obviously. I don't know, everyone does it differently. But it's not like if stuff doesn't come out in October, I'll have then kept that money. I'm really bad. I'll have spent it. So I will have gone and bought something else. I'll use it on something else, whether it's, I had to, Steph's car had an issue. I had to replace something in the engine on her car. So it's like other stuff comes up in the meantime. So I find it really hard to have like foresight enough to know that there'll be this many releases. So it is a struggle financially and time-wise and space-wise. That's the big one. Because you look at your display, you're like, oh, it looks really good. And, it's going to be a year before this thing comes out. And then 5 things arrive in 1 week. And you're like, oh, damn. Where am I going to put all this?
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of compounding issues, space, money, where do you store the boxes? So a lot of stuff to consider. I can't say that I want them to slow down though, because there's stuff on this list and stuff that I've received that I've been wanting for a really long time, like Batman Forever. Come on. When did we ever think they were going to do Batman Forever? Never. I never thought they would, but they did. So I'm really happy to get it. Then there are other things on the list like Hydra Stomper with its fixed janky pose legs. Yeah. That I'm like, oh, okay.
Leo's excited for that one.
I'm excited for it. I'm be all right with it, bro. I can't wait.
Okay. You let me know. I have figures in front of the leg, so I don't have to see the pose. Because like if they'd chosen a pose that was good, then I would have been happy. But they chose such a weird, like he's not walking, but he's not standing, and he's not flying, and he's like, he's like, what do they do that for? It's so weird. But anyway, I'm curious to see what you do with it. I'm very excited to see what you do with it, Leo. There are a lot of big releases like Blurg, for example. It's as big as my dog. It's so big. It's so freaking big.
Does anyone really need a Blurg?
My storage unit loved it.
Yeah, right. It's like, maybe, I don't know.
Storage.
They're pretty cool. It does look cool. It does look really cool.
It looks cool, but it is a big hunk of vinyl at the end of the day. So you need to budget space for these things, and there's going to be more coming. I guarantee you. Before the end of December, there is more on the way. They want to get as much stuff out before Chinese New Year as possible to free up not only the factories to make the new batches of stuff, but also financially speaking. I'm not sure how the financial year works in Hong Kong, but apparently there have been delays in order to release stuff when it's more fruitful for tax reasons. So if you release too much in 1 quarter or not enough in 1 quarter, you pay more tax or less tax or whatever it is. So there are some reasons behind the scenes why they're doing it this way. So I'm pretty curious to see how many more we get before the end of the year and going into January. If there are a couple, because Chinese New Year is the 21st of January, I believe. So we've still got time before the end of January to get even more releases coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Pretty crazy, man. Well, yeah, I'm with you guys on that one. But Nick, what do you think, man? What do you think about all these releases? Do you like seeing this many things, pop up over the last like 90 days or even a week or two? I mean, there's been, there's like 5-6 figures a week, it seems like. So what are you thinking about this?
I think I'm in an interesting case because on everybody on this panel, I am like the most limited in what I buy. So in this entire list, I haven't bought any of these. The only one that interests me is Bo-Katan.
See, I only got one on this on this list, Nick. I got Loki. That was it. So, so I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Sorry, but go ahead.
No, it's all right. But So for me personally, it doesn't affect me, but I can definitely see like, if somebody pre-orders most of these and it comes in at once, that hurts. I can only imagine. But it's like you said, you gotta like definitely plan it out. I know, like you've said before, like you do a lot of Excel sheets, I think, right? Like you do a lot of Excel sheets and you have everything written down. You do payment plans. The good thing with Sideshow, at least, is like even if you had it set to like pay upfront, like when it releases, you can change it to be a payment plan after, so you can delay it a little bit. You can delay it that way. So I gotta be honest, I don't think I can really say more than what Lael and Justin said. I think they hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, Nick. Absolutely, man. Like it really does. And with me, I'm pretty selective too, man. So like I said, with the tier system that Carlos came up with, that I think is really helpful. I tend to follow that nowadays. So Loki was the only one on this list that was like a guaranteed, locked and loaded purchase for me. So the other ones,
Churro will.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Riley's got that one, Justin, but I feel like no one else really got that. Some people bought the churro, I think, separately, but I was like, they really wanted that churro. Yeah. So,
I'd love
Nick,
that
do you have
churro.
that figure?
No.
Oh, okay,
No,
you don't. Okay, yeah, you don't have any.
They
on this
also
list,
released him without the churro. Don't forget. So technically,
They did. So I
released
guess
him
we count it
in
twice. I mean,
Q4.
it's two different.
Yeah, we
figures.
counted twice.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of release, and we haven't even really gotten the Mark V with road base here yet. So
I don't think.
I don't think. Do you think we are? Because Justin, because we didn't think we were going to get the Stealth Suit Cap or the Mark 46 either, and we did. So
I didn't get the road base Mark V. Number one, because I literally just reviewed the Mark V. But number two, it was really limited, so it was quite expensive.
Gotcha.
So it was going to be literally a repeat video, and I was like, "Hey, the only difference is this hunk of road."
Yeah, the base. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish you could buy the base separately, to be honest.
Yeah, I know Lael had said that for a while. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of releases. But you guys are right about the fact that it's hard to have this much foresight that you would know they're going to drop all this at once. But Lael, like he's been referencing, saying like they're going to drop a lot. And I can't remember. So before we wrap up this topic, I don't know if any of you guys can speak to this. Last year, was this pretty similar? I know before Chinese New Year they tried to get as much out as they can. Was it like this last
similar?
year?
Not like
Not
this, bro.
many, no.
They dropped
Okay.
like 2 things.
So
They dropped, like, 2
this is the outlier then. The outlier year, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the sheer number of volume of figures that are being released here. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. And like Justin said, we got a whole another month, really, a month and a half before this ends. So who knows what could come out. So I'm pretty confident we're going to see Shang-Chi and Wenwu before the Chinese New Year.
Me
so,
too.
Yeah, dude, thank God. I cannot wait for those figures. So excited for those. Anyway, guys, great thoughts on that one. We got a super chat before we move on to probably is our last topic. DJN, is Iron Man with road base going to be released in the US? We literally just answered that, DJN. So sorry for the delay in getting your super chat. I think we're all saying no, right?
I mean,
I don't think so.
they just reissued the Mark V. It'd be so weird to have like, hey, here's another one. Here we go again.
Yeah.
I don't think if I was Sideshow, I wouldn't place a PO for that. I'd be like, Hot Toys, we still have your other Mark V. What the hell?
Yep.
You want us to sell another Mark V? Are you crazy?
Still having in your collection. So yeah, we're sitting up here occupying space with all the junk you've already sent us. Like that. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. We've been trying to get rid of all these cables and all these other figures for months, dude. It's like,
That Mark V has been like 25% off for like a month now.
Yeah, the regular Mark V. Yeah. Yep. It's been like that for a while. Yeah. They've been discounting stuff left and right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, guys, we got time, I think, for one more. And I think this would be a pretty good one. We'll save the other ones for another show. Should we expect premium materials and premium products from Hot Toys? Do rising prices factor into that at all? I've heard this kind of thrown around a bit, especially as of late. And the picture that I want to show, I think, is really why I think this topic was something that I think has come up again recently. And it's this.
Yep.
It's a cardboard box.
What?
So I said this in my preview video. I'm not the biggest Doc Brown fan in the world, so I got a lot of Doc Brown fans that did kind of a little bit come at me on this one, just because they were like, well, it should be better than like the materials, the holes in the head. I agree. And what I said basically was, I was like, look, the holes in the head, not ideal. It's kind of a shitty way to do it. It's pretty lazy. The neck, even there's like a neck peg that kind of shows in the sideshow video. Maybe it's user error, like Justin had referenced.
It's user
could
error.
It could be that, right? The cardboard box thing doesn't bug me as much because it still looks really good. And someone brought up a really good comment. They were like, "Is plastic really that much more premium of a material than cardboard?" I was like, "That is a good point, actually." I was like, "Is it really plastic that much more premium?" It looks great, and as long as it's durable, that's really all I would care about. You know, and it was supposedly listed as cardboard on the description. I supposedly heard Sideshow changed it at one point a little bit later after the POs went up. That's not ideal, but nonetheless, the fine print, it was kind of there eventually. So we don't read it. We don't read user agreements when we sign up on iTunes, like I referenced, right? We don't read those. We don't read the fine print. We just look at the figure and pre-order it or not. So do we think that Hot Toys, should we expect premium materials and premium products from Hot Toys based on the rising prices and just what they're offering? Like we've seen with InArt lately, the prices are a lot higher and we're getting quote unquote premium materials, real leather, die cast, whatever, right? Should we be expecting that from Hot Toys at the price level? So Justin, I'll start with you. I mean, with this cardboard box, did you care about that? You know, is it something that we should be expecting more from Hot Toys on? Is it a big deal?
I am one of the biggest proponents of the feel, a tactile feel of something is very important. So when, say, for instance, we get the hologram illusion Iron Man and the effect pieces are clamshell plastic, that's immediate, as good as they look good, but that's an immediately no situation for me. I'm like, oh, no, come on now. I can't really speak on the pricing situation because there are so many drastically different prices around the world. Like Sideshow is more expensive than local in Hong Kong, but still, even if you talk about the local Hong Kong prices, I don't think necessarily cardboard is the right way to go. Like, how much more expensive would it have been to cast this box out of plastic? Surely not that much. Like, come on now. Does it bother me enough to say I wouldn't get him? No. And I think that's why they did it. Because they're like, come on. It's Doc Brown from Back to the Future 1. Everyone's been asking us for this Doc Brown. They're going to get it. We make this box out of cardboard. They'll complain for 5 seconds. They'll move on.
And they'll move on, yeah.
And then move on. And I think that's what's going to happen. The holes in the head, though, that for me is a bit of an issue. I don't mind the reused head sculpt. I'm actually okay with that because he makes that expression a lot in the movie. He does. He makes, and it works in certain poses. It works. But the holes, they should have been patched. Like
no doubt.
A little bit of filler in the mold, then cast it. It would have been maybe sense to do that little tweak, just a little tweak. Or even when they're painting it, they could just a little bit of filler in the hair, done. Yeah. He doesn't have glasses that you can even have him wear in this version. So, and they are quite glaring. They catch the shadow and you can see them. That's my biggest complaint. The cardboard box. Oh my God, he zoomed in on it. You can see them right now. You can see them. They're really obvious.
They are there.
They're really obvious. As for the rising prices, I've been keeping an eye on it. The prices are going up, and even especially down here in Australia, the price of things is getting quite astronomical. So I'll give you an example. In America, you can buy an iPhone for what, $1,000, $1,100, and that's expensive. People are real angry when the iPhone crosses $1,000. Here, it's $2,500, and it's not like we get paid 2.5 times. Oh, sorry. Double what you'll get paid. Our currency is on parity, really. Like a bag of chips is $1 there, it's $1 here. It's similar. So it genuinely is more money. But the phone is not more phone. So it's kind of that expectation versus what you're paying situation where it's like, I'm paying $500 or $400 for this figure. It should be a $400 thing. But it gets convoluted because unlike with InArt, where they're distributing their own product, they get to set the price. Whereas with Hot Toys, it's got to go from them to a distribution to Sideshow, and then it's like margin, and it gets more and more and more and more expensive. Yeah. So I really do not like the current distribution model that is in place because 3.0 consistently, their prices are excellent, and they're getting better and better. Their Stranger Things line is really good. Their Transformers, the engineering on those Transformers figures are. It's insane compared to like a die-cast Iron Man figure. There are like thousands of moving parts on a Transformers DLX full die-cast figure from 3.0, and they're cheaper. It's like, wait, what? It's cheaper, and it's still got LEDs, still got switch-out pieces, and the engineering is even more advanced because that margin is just eating into the consumer price. It's just raising it astronomically. So I think we will probably get to a point where people are priced out, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
They're getting to a point where a normal die-cast figure is what, 400 or 500 US?
Yeah, probably like 425, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's in Australian dollars, to put in perspective, that's over $600. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. When considering a statue, the entry level for a statue, even a high-end statue, could be within $300-400 of that. So then you're sitting here thinking, oh, I could have 1/16 scale thing, or I could go quarter scale, potentially even better.
Yeah. Well, it's true, Justin. And I think originally we all had kind of had the, well, I don't know if you did, but I know I did and a lot of others, sort of the hesitancy with InArt, because we were like, well, these prices are people are going to go for that, right? And then they start showing the prices and there's a little bit of sticker shock to start. But then when you start seeing Hot Toys prices slowly creep up and I'm like, they're not really that far apart at this point. I mean, they're not
quality necessarily like, it's not on parity even, I don't think. Like the cardboard box, InArt would never do that.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Get away with it. Like,
they probably could. Yeah, they couldn't because they've marketed their product as something different. But I think along the way, we've expected a premium quality product from Hot Toys. And now we're in a position, at least with the InArt prototypes, where we're expecting something even more premium out of sort of mass produced, right? So Hot Toys has never been in that position before as far as 1/6 goes, right? Where they're not viewed as the cream of the crop. Like it's a very interesting situation, Justin, that I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen with that because I mean, InArt better deliver on this Joker. We do know that. But Leal, what do you think, man? Should we be expecting more premium, materials and quality from Hot Toys for what we're paying, or are they still giving us good stuff?
They're giving us good stuff, but I think for them they need to kind of readjust and regroup. Here's the thing: is because, like I said, there is competition out there, bro, and people are starting to lean towards competition. Like,
I might go and get it. And then I'll have a look at the box. So I haven't even seen the box. It's downstairs. Shall I go get it?
Oh, yeah, grab it. Yeah.
Like? I'll go get it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that, again, they should start giving us more premium content. They should start raising the bar slightly. I mean, we're still going to buy them, buy from them. You know what I mean? It's not a problem, but I just think that they shouldn't take the lazy way out. You know what I mean? Stop doing it. I mean, high reference when we're talking about the capes, for Batman Begins or Batman Forever. If you're talking about the capes and the quality of capes, I think they should put more emphasis on that. You know what I mean? Give us quality stuff, quality pieces. Because the thing is, it's like, even with the wrist pegs, you have to be careful with those things that they don't break. Stuff like this with this box. Just making sure that it's, you're handling with care. I just wish that they would kind of think about those things. But like I said, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. We just got to kind of wait and see. But I do think they need to elevate. They definitely need to elevate more and stop taking. And the thing is, my thing is more consistency, bro. We need more consistency, plain and simple.
You got to put the stickers on yourself. God damn it.
See?
I hate that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they want you to do everything. That's not cool, bro. Like, especially if you're paying for it, like literally, you can. I mean, it's not many stickers, but still, you still have to do.
Oh wow, Justin, hold on, let me solo you for that.
Damn.
Wow, you gotta put the stickers on yourself.
I got shaky hands, bro. I do a terrible job.
Yeah, I know.
There are some
Me too, Nick.
Things. I'm not sure what those plastic things are.
Maybe they hold the case open.
Hold on.
Perhaps.
How does the cardboard feel?
They hold the case
open.
Oh, they hold the case open. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I wish this thing could stay open. Okay, so there's a crease along the back because it's cardboard. Obviously, there's a crease here. It actually looks. Some of these pieces are plastic, by the way. These little things.
Yeah.
All the additional pieces are plastic, and those things goes inside plutonium. I think also plastic, but this feels pretty low rent.
Yeah. See,
it feels very light. It's like extremely light. This weighs nothing.
If you put a fan there, that probably fly away.
The print is okay. The print is okay. But like, there's no definition. Like the silver, is on the same plane as the
exactly.
Other. Like,
it's not 3D.
Depth.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the prototype. I feel like it looked 3D in the prototype. I mean, I might be wrong.
Have to go back and look. I mean, it still looks pretty good to me from what I'm seeing.
From a distance, it looks okay. I would be fine just playing this. It's just you can't keep it open. You have to use
that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
How does that work? I wonder.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I wonder where you put them to prop it. Like, I don't want to see them.
Well, to ask the question, like, would you guys? So what I'm showing on screen, Justin's showing the box, and I'm also seeing pleather. Like, if Hot Toys started doing real materials like real leather and not cardboard, would we pay more for that? Because we talk about rising prices and people being priced out. Would we want Hot Toys to do that and raise the prices on us? Leo, would you be for that?
We're already paying more as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's already
But it would
much
be more
price, like, but I mean, I think if the quality's there and people actually want it, then they will pay for it.
I don't think it's pleather though, by the way. It looks like a vinyl.
So
it's a vinyl.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think that if they wanted it, they'll pay for it. Plain and simple. If you want it, you'll pay for it, especially if it's better quality. There are people going to buy it because even right now, people who are complaining about the box are still getting it. So it is what it is.
That's
people.
true.
People who are complaining about the splits in the head skull, they're still going to get it because of that DeLorean. They want that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, Leo. The people are going to make, justifications for it one way or another. I mean, that Loki head sculpt is not quite as good as I wanted it to be, but with the helmet on, it's really good. But without the helmet on, I agree, man. It's not quite, but I still bought it.
Wait. He comes with 2 hands only?
Only 2 hands?
He only comes with 2 extra hands.
Oh, really?
Only 2. That's it.
Yeah, he does. I'm looking at it right now.
Well,
wow.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I guess what else would you give him? I mean, like, what other hands would be necessary?
Well, you could have splayed open hands for like hands on the hips, or
maybe.
closed fists when he's looking at his watch. He wants to. Wow.
Yeah, it's very simple, and it's $290 from what I remember in the U.S.
Crazy. Way out.
The tools are not metal, and the pliers do not open.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I didn't know that.
I guess as long as they fit in the bag, but
The box looks great though.
Well, Nick, what do you think about this? Like, do you think Hot Toys should be upping their quality of materials? And would you pay more for that if they did that?
I think to an extent. I'm not one of the I don't think everything should be made of the material it should be. Like, I don't think if it's a screwdriver. I don't care if it's metal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't not that I'm not getting at anybody before I'm not trying to roast anybody about it, but like, I don't think everything should be made out of the exact material. But like, like the car, like this box being cardboard, I feel like that's just strange. Like, I just think something like that should be plastic because like, I ain't no like engineer or whatever, but like, I'm pretty sure plastic would last longer than a cardboard box, right? Like,
especially if it gets wet.
Yeah, if it gets wet. That thing gets
you drop
wet,
it in your sink.
Saggy. It's gonna start getting saggy.
It's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and like you said, it's super duper light. So like, like, I don't know. What if I had it by my window and like they just I don't know. But and like there's a lot of people in the chat like talking about like, oh, it's just the box and all that. And like, I know we're talking about the box right now, but it's more than just the box. I think it's like we talked about the whole stream, like capes and all that. Like, those are things that that should be better. Darth Vader, the DX Vader, would have loved if it had a leather suit. I think that's something like that is something we'd pay more. We'd pay more for a leather suit. I don't care about a box being die cast. I wouldn't pay more for a box being die cast. It could be plastic. That's fine. That's how I view it. I think it really depends on how critical the item is to something.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. We'll just to wrap this one up, like Lael. So say they did Darth Vader real leather, right? Mm-hmm. But instead of $330 on Sideshow, maybe it's $450.
I still pay for it.
I think I would too. I'd
still get it.
I'd prefer it,
quality,
really.
and definitely, even if they did that, they gave us some more, precise wired like cape. If they added like the LED plug-in USB for the light box, that way we don't have to keep, whatever. Then all in. That's definitely, it's no brainer. I mean, I would pay for the quality, bro. I really would. Like, even if, like, say for instance, even if they had to update the cowl on the Batman Begins and they gave us 2, whatever. If a cape, if they actually gave us an updated cape, if the quality's there, people would pay.
One wired, one not.
One not.
That would be cool.
And people would basically pay for it. I know I would. I mean, because the quality is there, and I know that. And I think that you can't be scared to do something like that, especially if people are asking for quality. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah.
I don't like this whole shift towards like the minimum viable product. Mm-hmm. Like, back in the day when we had something, I hate saying back in the day, but when we had like a DX figure, you get both bases. You get a standard base and you get the diorama base, because they knew they needed to go all out. Whereas with White Vision, his stand is compatible with a normal crotch grabber, but they only give you a flight pole, knowing full well if you have him posed in flight with the clamp on his waist for more than 5 minutes, you're going to destroy that. It's going to dig into that suit. You're going to destroy it. But it's compatible with a crotch grabber. He should have also come with a crotch grabber. What's that? 10 cents? It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like,
And
they should be going that next step. It's like, oh, look, I've got crotch grabber or a flight pole. Like, it makes so much sense.
And you know what
The
I don't
original
like
Vision
about
had
that
that.
flight
Yeah.
pole,
Yeah.
though? I don't like about flight poles or for any of the figures is they over time it loosens up. If you pose it a certain way or it breaks, it is snap,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is so cheap. It literally is so cheap, man.
Yeah, that's true, Leo. Yeah, but you guys are right, man. Like putting anyone in like any sort of figure in a flight pose with that suit like that, hell no, dude. Not for any
They
lengthy
know.
period of time.
Nah.
It'll dig in eventually. It'll leave an imprint.
And they know. And they don't care. They're like, yeah, well, this is your only option. And for people who are new to collecting, like they don't watch us, they don't know. They buy a Superman or a Vision, they pop it on. They're like, oh, this is the one that comes included. You know, he must be flying or just standing there with the clamp around his waist. And then they'll look at it in a week and it'll be destroyed. And they're like, wait, what? What the hell? What did I do?
Yeah.
Like, why did this happen? Because they don't know. Oh my God. Something just fell in the cabinet.
Better,
I heard
better not be
some
Loki.
tip. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Loki. It was the Steph's Breakfast at Tiffany's figure.
Are you not using stands, Justin? Is that what it is?
She's sitting on a chair.
Oh, wow. How did that happen then?
I don't know. She just toppled over and then knocked over Leon the Professional, which is nice.
All right, guys. Well, great thoughts on that one. We're going to wrap things, but we have one super chat to do address before we do so. Jason Himmelwright, bulk releases took the attention off in art. That is true. I don't know if Hot Toys was thinking about that. Do you guys think Hot Toys really thought about that at all?
Oh,
I mean, that is a pretty hot take, Jason. I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah,
that's a dope
it did
theory.
because well, InArt has also taken the spotlight off of themselves because they have done this purposely by not saying anything because they're trying to put as much energy into the Joker as possible.
Yep.
So trying to make it as good as possible.
You made an announcement and you guaranteed a date that you could not, basically adhere to. Now I know people are saying, well, if it's released in China early, then yes, they are. But we're almost halfway through December, so what's up? You know what I mean? Where's that figure?
Where's it at?
Yeah, where's it at? That's what I'm saying. Like if you're pushing this, then obviously, and Hot Toys for the win right now. You know what I mean? Because the focus is off of that, and here we are.
Yeah.
People are going to be mad at me for saying this, but perfection is the enemy of greatness. So when they have Viper sleeping on the floor of the factory, QCing the tiniest little thing, you might like, "Ooh, that's so good," but then that could delay it. What? 6
Even
months?
more. Yeah.
Right.
And is it so good? And then expectations will start to rise, like with Loki. The
Yeah.
more it was delayed, the more people were like, "Ooh, it's gonna be so good!
Yeah.
It's awesome! It's gonna be even better." And then drop, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah. That's
and
why
then Will and I are like, it's really good." And everyone else is like, "Nah, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And this is why I told myself when in art band, like you have to be. For me, I'm very selective, and I know that Joker was the one that I wanted, but I don't see myself actually going deep into their line. That's just me. You know what I mean? Because I don't. Again, I know they produce excellence, but very selective, and I have to be. You know what I mean? Because again, we're looking at the product, but we still don't have the product in hand. And who knows? I mean, once, and especially with production pieces, once you get them, there could be like little minor flaws there. You know what I mean? So it's a risk. But again, and we just want them in hand first before, we see anything.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, thanks so much, Jason. Appreciate it, bro. And we got a new channel member, Travis. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks so much for joining the channel membership. Thanks so much. And guys, we are going to wrap it there. Thanks for joining this Avengers level panel, contributing your great thoughts as always. Mr. Nick's Collectibles. Dude, first time on the channel. Thanks for joining, man. And of course, thank you for the little Baby Yoda Grogu as an elf back there. That's made everyone's night, man.
Yeah.
So, Nick, what's coming up on your channel, man? I know I did a reaction to your collection, to our beautiful collection, by the way. So what else is coming up, man, that you want to share with people?
Well, as usual, I mainly just post on my Instagram, and I post a little bit on the Facebook, Carlos's Facebook page. So that's where you'll find me most of the time. But I mean, recently I got a new camera. I got a camera.
I saw
recently.
that, bro.
Yeah,
so
I got
excited.
a camera. So that's pretty exciting. I'm learning how to use it. I'm doing all right. I'm getting the hang of it, I think. And I bought my first figure since like August because Justin, you got me on this one. I got the Vulture, Toys R Us Vulture.
Oh,
man.
nice. Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the other one on the
Which one?
I get the company Eternal.
Oh, the Eternal?
So
Yeah,
Justin,
the Toy Zero one's the best one I think out of the three.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said
Great choice.
Toys R Us is better than
Jazz Inc.
Jazz Inc.
I feel really bad saying this because Jazz Inc was the first,
Mhm.
but I mean the body,
I
the
think the body-
articulation on the wings, the smaller footprint for the flight stand, the LEDs, the gun, the swap out hands, the Michael Keaton head sculpt. Like you can see it starting to,
There you
and
go.
it's cheaper
There you go.
than the Jazz Inc
Mhm.
one too. So it's like, I
Are
don't
the
know.
are the wings the same size? Just about?
The wings are very, very close, but the articulation on the Toy Zero wings, they can fold in more. They've got the light up in the thrusters that can also spin and rotate. I have hard pressed to
I'm
say that the
excited.
Jazz Inc one. You're
Yeah.
gonna love the Toy
Yeah,
Zero
I'm so
Vulture.
excited. You
Yeah.
enabled me on that
Yeah.
real good. Yep.
It's incredible.
Until the Hot Toys one drops.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
get it.
It's
I'm
a
not-
different conversation.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
gonna get that one.
I
Probably.
I still think they're gonna make that, Nick. I still
Oh,
think they're
man.
gonna make it.
I
hope they
mean,
don't.
probably.
I'm so sick of reviewing
The way,
Vultures.
the way I see it, though,
Justin,
is
you're gonna
that-
have like it's gonna take up your entire collection, dude. Have 3 vultures.
Oh, 4. It'll
Well-
be 4 if they make one.
Well, Nick, what would you do then? Would you return the
I
Toys
prob-
R Us?
No, I probably wouldn't get the Hot Toys one. The way I see
Really?
it is
Okay.
that Vulture's not like a high tier character for me.
Gotcha.
He's just
okay.
a character. Like I like the character. He looks cool. So like I'm willing to get like the middle range of Vulture. I'm not willing to spend like more than 300 on him. Really.
Gotcha.
The
So,
warm
Mhm.
toys,
Yeah.
Vulture. Warm
yeah.
toys.
Yeah.
Warm
Warm
toys.
toys. Warm toys.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, yeah, I like that. So thanks so much for joining, Nick. Appreciate you, bro. Justin, dude, I know you got like 800 reviews. Thanks for joining tonight. And yeah, man, what's coming up on the channel? I think how many figures do you have on the docket right now? Like 10, 12?
Well,
something
at
like
the
that?
moment, I can't do any. I can't review anything until my voice is better, and I feel pretty average as well. So when I start to feel better, I did a COVID test. By the way, I don't have COVID for anyone wondering.
Thank God.
It's not a COVID thing. But yeah, I feel pretty shitty. I'm a lot better today than I was. I say tomorrow, probably I'll be ready to go start doing. I'll do She-Hulk preview, then Iron Strange, Doc Brown, Batman Forever. There is so much stuff coming, Will. So much stuff coming. But I am just really happy that you invited me to the stream because I was thinking, wow, you know what I want to do today? I want to chat to Will and the boys. And I got to
Yeah.
do that. So thank you, Will.
Well, I almost didn't let you, Justin, because you sent me that voice memo. I was like, I'm not sure you're air ready, bro. I'm not sure because Justin told me he was like, dude, my voice is pretty messed up, but I can do it. I was like, send me a voice message so I can hear your voice
Need
beforehand. And it sounded pretty rough. You sound actually a lot better now. So it must have been that
Thank
mac
you.
and
I've
cheese.
tried everything. It must have been the mac and cheese, orange. I had some OJ before I started, but pulp free. You know, we don't need pulp in the orange juice. Come on now.
Oh,
So-
okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. Well,
So
thanks
I'm
for
feeling a
joining. Your
lot
voice
better
actually sounds
today.
pretty good, man. So you're doing pretty good.
Thank you. It just hurts to speak.
Does it? Okay. Can't do reviews, but you can do live streams. So
That's right.
yeah, man. All right. Well, guys, check out Justin's collection. You know, of course, you all know about him and plenty of reviews coming out there. And Justin actually convinced me to put the bell on his channel. I didn't have that before, but Justin was like, well, you got to click that bell. You're going to miss things. And
You
I was
missed
like, all
Loki.
right, I did. Yeah, I know I missed Loki. I actually did. And then you sent it to me and I was like, oh, shit, it's up. And he was like, because you didn't click the damn bell. That's why.
right.
So Leal, dude,
What's
thanks so much for joining, bro. Every
What's up, bro?
Sunday, man. Happy to have you here. What's coming up on the 1/6 scale, man? I know you got some posing stuff you're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm actually working right now on the finally, which I'm almost done with it, the classic suit Iron Man. You know, I really love that figure, bro. I know a lot of people were giving pushback about the plastic pieces, but I mean, ingenuity, if you pose it the right way, if the lighting is good, it looks good, bro. Like it really looks like a decent piece. I got the deluxe version with all the accessory pieces, and I got that to kind of work with it, not against it. So got that coming up. Yeah, tomorrow, comic book talk with friends. As always, Say What Wednesday. I think on Mario's channel. I don't know what we're gonna do on Civilized this week or not. I just have to check with him. And then Friday is Figure Flex Friday, of course. So yeah, that's it, man. Like and getting ready for the holidays. I got a couple with pieces coming this week. We have the all white Vision, the Vision. I have the Queen Studios Wonder Woman. And then on Friday, of course, is going to be the Batman Begins. So, can't wait for that.
Nice, dude. You
Yeah.
got some good stuff coming in, man.
Yeah,
So,
bro. Yeah, and I ordered a brand new desk, so I have a desk down
yeah.
here. That'll be here with the LED light up. I needed something different. I mean, it's the new year, so I needed started. New Year's coming, so you need something changed. Going into like the new season. So that's where I'm at, man.
I want to see that layout. When you do another collection tour, bro, I want to see that
Yeah,
desk, man.
yeah, it's gonna be decent.
Definitely want to
It's gonna
react to
be
that.
decent.
I'm really enjoying doing those, like reacting to everyone's collection tours, because I probably wouldn't have seen them all if I hadn't been doing that. And I get to do that. So Leo, I got to do. Did you do one recently, Leo? Like a collection tour?
Not recently. I'm doing it probably within another week or so.
Okay.
I just wanted to kind of get everything rearranged the right way, but yeah, that's when I'll do it.
Okay. Well, very exciting, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining in the chat and, and contributing and engaging tonight. It was a very fun discussion. We're getting close to 6,000 subscribers, so I'm very excited about that because we're doing that ModuSpace giveaway at 6,000, giving away 2 6-110s, courtesy of Brian Wong, Mr. ModuSpace. I know formerly ModuSpace, same thing nowadays. But we'll be doing that. That's coming up soon. More collection reactions, collection tour reactions. Trailer reactions. I've actually been enjoying doing those. Those have been pretty fun. They always get copyright claimed, but it's totally fine. It's no problem. It's not for the money anyway. It's just for fun and engagement. So yeah, there'll be that. I'll be on Lael's show every Wednesday. 9:15 p.m. And then Lights Camera Collect every Friday. And then other than that, guys, there'll be some other stuff I'm doing and have planned. But for now, that's pretty much a wrap on it. These clips will be up hopefully sometime tomorrow. And for those who cannot watch the full live stream, you will be able to watch the clips.
Yeah.
If not, they'll be up Tuesday. I'm not sure because I'm going to be on Aries tomorrow. Actually, I forgot. He invited me on there, so I'm going to be on there.
Yeah.
So 8:15 p.m. 6 Scale Cantina. I will be there. So guys, check that out tomorrow. And other than that, peace out. Bye. Have a good one. Avengers Level Panel. See you. Bye.